In this video, we're going to swap out the stock bags on my 2016 Harley-Davidson Road Glide Ultra with these stretched bags from Advanblack. I think this is going to look really slick with the new Dominator fender that we installed in the last video. So stick around and we'll get into it in a second. What's up everybody, my name is Andrew, this is Touring Midwest. Welcome to the Road Glide Refresh Project. I bought this bike brand new at the end of 2015, rode it for about 2 weeks and parked it for the winter. I've had it ever since. I love this bike. I have no interest whatsoever in getting rid of it. But since I've had it for about 6 years now, I felt like it was time for some updates and some changes and kind of make it fresh and new and feel really cool and sleek and slick for the 2022 riding season. So it's winter here in Minnesota, that's upgrade season, perfect time to get into a project like this. Last video we did the Dominator rear fender. This video we're gonna do the saddlebags, and it's really gonna make the back end of this bike look super cool, stretched out, sleek. Just the things that we've done already has dramatically changed the back end of this bike. Anyway, enough blabbering, let's just get on with this project. All right, so what I've done is just put this protective pad down on my table, and I think real quick we're just gonna take a look through what comes in the packaging from Advanblack. We've got some goodies. I am not gonna be using all of this, but I'll show you what comes in here. New knobs for the saddlebag. These are what I'm actually not gonna be using. Nothing against them, I'm sure they work just fine, but I like to use these saddlebag bolts from Rickrack. Heavy duty, nice big knob, very sturdy, very durable, and Rickrack did a pretty good job with these. And they actually designed some new ones now. They're a little bit different, that actually lock in, and they'd be probably even better. But this is my choice, that's what I'm using. I'm sticking with these. All right, you get these corner plates. They're actually gonna go in the corners of the bags here on the outside. And then we've got some washers, and I think those washers go with the bolts actually, so I might not be using these either, but we'll figure it out as we go. And of course an Advanblack sticker, which I've got Advanblack stickers all over the garage, so we're gonna just get after it. We can actually just set these aside for now because we're not going to need those until we get the new bag up here. So we're just going to go ahead and open this up. First thing we want to do is get a Torx bit wrench and remove these latches on both ends of the saddlebag. These are going to be T20, and it's pretty cool because I get to use my new wrenches that I just ordered off of Amazon. I needed them for the last project and couldn't find them anywhere in town, so I ended up ordering them on Amazon, and these are gear wrenches. I'm going to drop a link into the description of this video because they seem really good and they were super cheap, like 14-15 bucks, something like that. I'm stoked to have them finally because I usually use a socket wrench with a Torx bit on it, but that doesn't always work. Like in the last situation we had, they would not work for us, so they were too big and clunky. And you'll see that these are not snug down super tight, so just keep that in mind when we go to put them on the new bag. Next one we're going to do is we're just going to remove the inside screws on this saddlebag lid tether here. These are a T15. Make sure not to get these mixed up because they're actually different length screws if you notice. So we can pull this off. And then there's actually two more screws under that flap right here, also T15. And this is everything that's holding the lid onto the actual saddlebag. If you're gonna switch out the hardware, this is the time to do that. And actually, we are gonna switch out the hardware on this bag because we're going black. Surprise! We're changing things up just a little bit. So to remove the face plate for the hinge cover that you've got right now, you just want to lift this up, and then there's 1, 2, 3 screws here. Looks like that one loosened itself up. That's kind of a bummer. These again are T15s. And again, I think I'm just going to go ahead and use the ratchet. And the old hinge cover pops right off. So we'll set that aside. And we can get the whole old saddlebag out of here. Alright, we have our saddlebag lid prepped and ready to go, but we need to take a look at these new hinge covers from Zero 3D and see what's going on in the box. So we're going to just lift this out, and we've got our 2 hinge covers with all the wiring, and in our goodie bag, which looked easy to open, but it's not, we have a wire harness, a bunch of zip ties, a grommet, a couple of grommets, a bunch of these little sticky pads here, basically some screws and things, everything we're going to need to do this install. Pretty excited to be switching some of the hardware over to black, because I think black on the Superior Blue just looks super sharp. So I think this is going to be really a neat way to go in the future here. Start switching things over to black as much as possible. We're going kind of a black and chrome theme, mix it up a little bit for now, but eventually I think I'm going to try to get as much switched over to black as I possibly can. We do need to get our box of goodies again because it comes with different screws. I don't really want to dump everything out, so I'm just going to try to grab 3 of them right off the bat. Choose your corresponding faceplate. We're going to use a little bit of Loctite on these guys. And go ahead and snug them down. Snug them down. I'm going to get them all kind of started here before I tighten them down much. We're not going to crank down on these, but we are going to make sure that they're nice and snug. Let's just see how that black looks on the blue. I do like that. That's going to be pretty slick, I feel like. If you want to see the rest of the install for the Zero 3D saddlebag hinge covers, that video will be coming up shortly. But that's going to be it as far as they go for this video, because we're focused on getting the saddlebags put together. So next thing we want to do is get our new stretched saddlebags from Advanblack and get things kind of laid out here the correct direction. I want to be a little bit careful here because we definitely don't want to start scratching up new paint. But we'll go ahead and grab our 4 longer screws. They do have some dried up red thread locker on there, but we're just going to use a little bit more of the blue because it's better to be safe than sorry, I feel like. I'll put that right on the end there. And if we can get a couple of these started, I think we'll be in pretty good shape. If you're really struggling to get these 2 end ones lined up like I am here, I suggest just getting them started without the tether in place. Then we're going to go ahead and tighten up these inside ones. And again, don't go King Kong on this stuff, just nice and snug. And then we're going to back them out again. And now that we know they're lined up with the hole, we can go ahead and go back in through our tether. And we know that they're going to screw right into place. And then we can get the screws started in our latches. You can throw a little bit of blue Loctite on these babies too if you would like. Just remember from when we took these off that they weren't super tight, right? Just nice and snug. We'll drop those screws in, get a couple of them started in the latch, and we'll use a little bit of blue Loctite on a couple of them, I think, just to say we did. Why not? And then we can just start tightening them down a little bit. Probably won't hurt just to do a little test, huh? Close the lid before you tighten them down. That way you know that it's in the correct position. And boom, there you go. Let's get over to the bike and put it on. All right, so there you have it, you guys. This is the Advanblack stretch bag along with the Dominator fender. I'm gonna get the left side done real quick, put that on so you can get the full idea of how things are gonna look here. And I think it's gonna be pretty sweet, right? Not bad at all. All right, so here we are. What do you guys think? We've got both the bags on. Went from the regular stock bags for the Harley Davidson to these awesome stretched ones. I think they really complement the Dominator fender that we installed in the last video, and they just look really, really slick. The fender and the bags are both available in either dual cutout, single cutout, or no cutout, depending on if you're running true duals or 2-into-1 or like a short exhaust, like a stubby cat or something like that. I obviously went with the dual cutout because I'm running dual exhaust. Eventually I want to do a full exhaust. I don't know if that's happening this season or not, but it is on my list of things that I would really like to be able to do. So we'll see, but for now, the neighbor haters are suiting me just fine, and I've been really happy with the sound of them. As you can see, the exhaust is very close to this bag, and that can easily be adjusted. You need to loosen up the bolt for the clamp that attaches your slip-ons to your head pipe. And then if you turn the exhaust in, so counterclockwise, it's gonna bring the exhaust away from your bag, closer to your fender. If you turn it clockwise, it's going to bring the exhaust closer to your saddlebag and further away from your fender. So I will have to do that. I'm just gonna loosen up that clamp, give this a little twist, pull it away, and we'll be good to go there. I don't have room to do it right now, and it's the middle of winter, so I'm not too concerned. I just cannot forget that I need to do that before the season starts up again, because I don't want my exhaust rubbing up against my bag. Remind me. Send me a text or something. I don't know. Stay tuned for a future video where we laid up these hinge lights. We're gonna get them wired up. Those are from Zero 3D. There'll be a link down in the description if you want to check them out ahead of time. That's going to be for a different video, so keep checking back for that. We've got a lot of stuff to do to this Road Glide over the winter, upgrade season here in Minnesota, so if you're interested to see what else I managed to get done to this bike in the next 4 or 5 months, hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you know when I upload or have a premiere, and that's gonna do it. Y'all stay safe out there as always, and we'll catch you in the next video from Touring Midwest.